Although he has been a winner in the past, a relatively unknown name, Darryl Bauer of Middletown, Pennsylvania, has ousted Mark Baker, 8 strikes, 7 of them on lane 13, 205 to 176. And now the tournament leader, David Ozio, steps in to decide which of the two will win $27,000. United States Open, and we again salute the Bowling Proprietors Association of America, the first of the Triple Crown.
Marshall Holman, the defending champion, the first of bowling's Triple Crown. As you said, Chris, the second tournament would be the PBA National at Daryl Ducat's lanes in Toledo, Imperial Lanes, and finally the Firestone at Riviera in the end of April, the final one of our 16-week tour. And now 2 men have a chance still to win the $1 million. It's either Darryl Bauer or David Ozio. Final match.
That power in that bowling ball. Strike on lane 13, his 8th in 1 match and 1 frame.
Darryl Bauer just loosey-goosey, I have to say, just has that rubber arm release, relaxed. I guess you would. You see that graphic, 11 wins, no losses in championship round. He's tough, but he's going against a tremendous, tremendous, educated, well-practiced young player, David Ozio.
Now leaving the 2-sleeper 8, the 31-year-old from Vidor, Texas, the Beaumont, Texas area.
Ozio, who used to have a lot of trouble with his arm swing, has corrected that, has worked on his game a lot, keeps that arm tucked in right behind, keeps his hand behind the ball, doesn't have the tremendous crank power that some of these players have out here in the tour, but he has power under control. The 2-8 double wood spare to stay even in the match.
Well done. A man who started out the week with a virus, hung in there and thought he'd probably go bass fishing, another of his favorite pastimes. But here he is in the final.
No trouble with the 2-8 as he hits both pins with the ball. The key is going to be the right-hand lane. Ozio, who loves that outside line. I think he is probably the best player in professional bowling today, or in all bowling, from the outside line. Tournament leader, 2nd frame.
Lane 13, a 10-pin as Lisa Ozio, David's wife, gets his 10ths as he does.
David Ozio from Vidor, Texas. That's near the Louisiana border, 20 miles from the Gulf of Mexico. Beautiful country.
Really is. We did some boxing there last fall. First visit, we enjoyed it.
Good solid 2 frames for David Ozio. And you know what I liked about his style, Chris? He wasn't trying to overpower the lane, try to attack too quickly in this match. There's 10 frames to every match. Ozio was under control. Let's see what Darryl Bauer can do. He had a great break, tripped out the 6-pin the first frame, can throw a double here to take an 11-pin lead.
And a 9 on the right lane. Look of surprise on his face.
I don't blame him. The solid 9. You know, Chris, I was just projecting. You have to win all 3 tournaments to win the $1 million. Darryl Bauer doesn't even bowl in all the tournaments. Huh? Maybe
Wins here, he'd be a fool not to come back to Milwaukee, right?
Think he might change his mind?
I bet he would. Darryl's parents right here along with you as we're live from Don Carter's Kendell Lanes. Great support from families when their offsprings get into the finals. They fly in from all sorts of places to cheer them on. Crossing over and okay. That's a Frank Esposito strike.
I agree. The old, we used to call us a Jersey squasher, but it's a trip 6. The 3-pin goes to sideboard. Bauer, even though he's leading this match, Chris, is in trouble. He has lost the left-hand lane. He was wild in the first frame, got a good break. He was off in the second, wild again the third. He still has 2 strikes to show for it. Watch out for David Ozio. A winner on and off the lanes, very tough. Get over.
Another 10-pin.
David Ozio, with this type of style from the #1 position, will not beat himself. I like the way he's rolling the ball, trying to keep it in play, keep it that extreme outside line. Eventually, you'll get a string of strikes. Ozio, fingertip grip, a polyester bowling ball to cut down the hook for the spare.
Just gets it. The man that bowled in 167 tournaments before he got his first win. And could he win today, he would have won in 3 of his last 27 tournaments, or an average of 1 out of every 9.
As you look at David Ozio working on his swing, and when we have the back shot from the camera, you may see a white piece of tape on his back. There it is. I don't think he knows it's on there. It's tape out of his thumb hole. He must have stuck it against the back of the chair. And it's on his back.
Lisa liked it.
All's fair, Chris.
Doesn't matter how you did it, as long as you got it, right?
A great break for David Ozio as he trips the 610 out with a 3-pin. Ozio leads by 2 pins.
Cheering for their husband, and we're going to pause for this important message. Stars stage, screen, radio, television. Johnny Johnson, who one time hosted the television series Make That Spare here in Florida, has just written a book, and I can't wait to read that one. He's had a colorful, exciting life.
A man of many, many hats. And Chris, you being our boxing expert with ABC, remember that he even went a couple rounds with Sugar Ray Robinson back in his heyday.
And played pool against Willie Moscone, you name it. And here's that bowling proprietor family man named Bauer from Middletown, Pennsylvania, that's really showing. Well, he spent a lot of hours in a bowling establishment, Bo.
From pool to Mr. Cool. Very little emotion, Chris, bowling for $27,000, a crack at the $1 million, has 12-pin lead, can extend to 22. Let's see what he does.
2-4-5 on 13.
Lost on 13, crossed over in the first frame, got a good break. Crossed over again in the third frame, got a good break. Sends it wide, makes the adjustment. As Lisa Ozio looks on, made the adjustment Bauer did in the 5th, didn't quite come up, needs to convert this spare to stay in the lead.
Disaster. Chopping the 2 and 4 off the 5.
We often talk about the reciprocity in the sport of bowling. A lucky break in the 1st, a lucky break in the 3rd, and a bad break in the 5th has evened this match up. Ozio leads by 3 now. With a double here, he can take the lead by 13.
Yeah. Leaving the 4, Ozio, Vidor, Texas.
David wants this one. Disappointed. Meticulous with his pre-shot movements. Converts the spare. He'll lead by 3 pins.
And remember, this is a championship match. 27,000 to the man that wins, 14,000 to the runner-up. 3 pins, the halfway point.
Good luck charm, pulling the ear, huh? By the way, Lisa, during the last commercial break, got up and took the piece of tape off her husband's back. Got to take care of those boys.
Oh, and that was a powerful, powerful strike on 13. Well, she'll keep pulling it.
By far his best shot of the match. David Ozio, 6th frame, cool, throws the ball solid in the pocket. Darryl Bauer trails by 3.
Look at that masterful control. He has it throughout his life. His fiancée is Irene Lipinski, and they're waiting a year and a half to be married. Knows his plans and follows the format, right?
You got it. Quite a paycheck to take home here, or at least start even a marriage with. 27,000. Can retake the lead with a strike.
10 pin.
He really can't be held reprehensible for that one, Chris. He made the right move, moved a little farther out to get some angle on the pocket, adjust for the 2-4-5, has left the 10-pin conversion here. Will still trail by 3 pins. A lot of game left, though.
textbook covering of the 10-pin cross lane for Darryl Bauer. Full ice dance competition. This is a tournament leader. Leading by 3 with a strike up, can go up 13. A 4.
David Ozio under control. In the 3rd frame, he left what we call the soft 10. The 5th frame up here on the right-hand lane left a 4-pin. The 7th frame, the 4-pin a game. Match game again in the 7th match game competition. The balance is still less than 10-pin. Ozio, with the coverage, will lead by 3 with 3 frames left.
And if you just joined us, we have Mark Baker defeating Williams 205 to 170, then Monacelli 257 to 227, and then Bauer, Ozio's opponent, ousted Baker 205 to 176. All that time waiting to bowl was this man, tournament leader. Spare up the 7th, now the 8th frame. Incredible how they maintain control.
David Ozio, who has had a number of balls in the channel this week. Anything can happen. We've already seen 1 ball in the channel today by Mark Baker. Right now, Bauer trails by 3, 8th frame.
Tit for tat. They're answering each other from the beginning. 3 pins.
30-year-old Darryl Bauer, part-time player out here, has been the national resident champion twice. He won a PBA event last year in Indianapolis, but this is his biggest shot of his career. He can take the lead. 9th frame.
Hurting the 7-10. So he'll be shooting the 7 on the left lane. A moment ago, you saw him shoot the 10-pin on the left lane, and it was picture perfect.
3 pins has been the difference in this match for the last 5 frames.
The nonchalance of, well, just like it's another league game. But it's a little different here today, and both are accepting the pressure, a lot of it.
This is the big, big shot. Here's where 9 years of experience will come in for Ozio. Watch how he throws this ball. This is the big one for the money.
Deep breath, is left with the 7. He can't believe it.
Both players, 9th frame, could have taken a commanding type lead. They both left the same type of shot. Look at the replay. Larry Cam runs for us. The 5 goes over, doesn't quite hit the 7. It's down to the 10th frame, 27,000 first, and a potential $1 million bonus at the end of the light rainbow.
Very careful on that shot. So there you see the story. Both have spares in the 9th frame. Needs 2 strikes plus 8 pins to shut out his opponent, who happens to be Darryl Bauer.
I've seen David Ozio in this situation. Tremendous clutch bowler. A lot of heart in this man. Bauer, I've never seen him test the waters yet. 10th frame, the match still up in the air.
One of the 2 that he needs, plus 8. Seems really pumped up now, Nelson.
Just beautiful. Just beautiful. What that shot does is really forces Darryl Bauer to throw a double no matter what. Ozio, all he needs is 8 pins and 2 balls to force Bauer to double in the 10th and 11th. Another strike and 8 pins. Ozio would be the champ.
Pressure. Color coordinated on the approach, and those 2 strikes, this reaction.
You talk about training, you talk about practice. 3 years ago on that particular shot, David Ozio would have pulled the ball up in the nose. He has disciplined his swing, disciplined his game. He's on the threshold of a potential $1 million if he can get eight pins on this ball. That's it.
That's it is right. Lisa, Vidor, Texas, in the Beaumont, Texas area. And David Ozio, 9 years a pro, 3rd championship. And it's always heartbreaking to see somebody as the runner-up, and especially Darryl Bauer, the man from Middletown, Pennsylvania, on the 2nd tournament of the year. And we're going to be back to talk to them here at the Don Carter Kendell Lanes when we return after this message.
The Professional Bowlers Tour. This ABC Sports exclusive is being brought to you by Light Beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. By Barbasol Shaving Cream. A great shave at a great price. And by True Value Hardware Stores. Because we've got what it takes.
Okay, you want to see a happy threesome, ladies and gentlemen? Heather, Lisa, and David Ozio. David, capture the feeling, the three of you. I know as the pop and husband, you can do it.
I just feel it's a miracle from God that I'm here after almost having to withdraw this week after 3 games, and this goes to show you what can happen in life if you really want it.
Lisa, you reacted beautifully in the crowd. What's this earlobe pulling deal?
That's to say hi to my family and friends back home in New York. Say hi.
Heather, you want to say hi to everybody?
Oh.
Say hi, Grandma.
Later. Hi, Grandma, for Heather. Mike Hart, Director of Market Planning for the Miller Brewing Company, has a trophy and a check for $27,000. Mike, more important is the first leg of the Light Slam, which for him could be $1 million.
Dave, we want to congratulate you and give you a check for $27,000 for winning the Lite Beer Classic, and we look forward to seeing you in Milwaukee in 3 weeks for the second leg of the $1 million Light Slam.
And of course, that'll be followed by another Miller-sponsored tournament in North Olmsted, Ohio. I don't need to ask you your plans.
I'll be there. You bet on it.
And we talked, being a bass fisherman myself, Nelson and I had indicated that you and Steve Wunderlich thought about going to Lake Okeechobee today and bass fish.
He's probably on the lake right now, got about 4 or 5 pound, 10-pounders in a boat and laughing at me, but that's all right. That's all right.
Something about your opponent, Darryl Bauer. Isn't he a tremendous competitor for not being out here much?
Darryl's very scary. He's got a tremendously loose arm swing, and that worries me a lot. That's what I've worked on, you know, the last 2 years, and anytime he throws a ball, it's you can bet it's going to be close to the 1-3 pocket, and all during the qualifying, he did that tremendously well, so he's a great competitor.
Let's go back, take a look at our monitor off here to the left, and have a replay of Living Dangerously.
That's my favorite shot in bowling. I kind of grew up a lot there and just learned to trust it. They say trust is a must playing on the outside few boards. And the key is being fearless and don't worry about if it falls in.
Look what happens to your wife, though, when you get that close.
Oh, that's good.
Do you have a bowling hero?
Marshall Holman's always been my hero. I've sat and watched him for countless hours. He's the smoothest game in bowling. Just power personified, and he's just a tremendous athlete and a great competitor, and I look up to him very much.
What do you think of the Miami area?
Love it. Fishing and all.
When it's 80 outside, you're going to love it. So we'll see you at the U.S. Open, no doubt, in Venice, Florida.
I sure will. I'll be there.
Mike, thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Heather. Hello, Grandma Heather, right? Okay. Goodbye, everybody. So, this Professional Bowlers Tour was produced by Ken Wolf, directed by Larry Camp, technical director Bob Bernthal, associate director Jeff Cohan. Now this is Chris Schenkel, along with Nelson Burton Jr., saying so long from Miami, Florida. Coming up next on ABC's Wide World of Sports, Tiffany Chin defends her ladies' title live except on the West Coast, plus the exciting precision movements and grace of the ice dancing competition at the United States Figure Skating Championships coming up next on ABC's Wide World of Sports. Travel arrangements made through and a promotional fee paid by United Airlines. United flies more people to Hawaii than any other airline. Nobody knows Hawaii like United. This has been a presentation of ABC Sports. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Don Carter Kendell Lanes, the winner from Vidor, Texas, is David Ozio, 207 to 195.